Meteor 350 is the latest 350cc motorcycle from Royal Enfield. All new motorcycle, all new engine, all new frame, all new bodywork, all new design, completely ground up, all new motorcycle. And it's not only going to be sold in India, it's going to be a global product, so to be sold in Southeast Asia, Europe and even North America. That's the one we are riding today, the new Royal Enfield Meteor 350.
The new Meteor 350 will replace the Royal Enfield.
I like that.
Nice. Now that was a surprise, and I thought I'd surprise you.
What a surprise. Thank you so much. It's okay. 2 bikes better than 1 bike.
Absolutely.
So Preetham, quite a journey it's been, right? With Enfields, more than 2 decades. Tell me, how has it been for you?
Oh, it's been a great experience. Of course, I still own 2 Royal Enfields, as you know. So I still own a cast iron 350, I own a UC 500, I've also had an AVL 350 at one point. But you also own a cast iron 350.
I remember your bike, the AVL, and of course I have a 2001 Electra, and it's a bike that I absolutely love. And what a journey it's been, right?
Absolutely.
For us as riders and for Enfield as well. What they're giving us now, something so different.
Yeah, it's completely different. What do you think about the looks and the design though?
You know, I have to say it looks modern, it looks contemporary. We've always had this thing with Enfields that they always remind you of the past bygone era, but I don't think that's the case with the Meteor. A lot of things you will like, the way it's been designed, the features that they've given. Any favorites that you have when you look at the bike from different angles in terms of the looks or features?
If I had to look at a favorite angle, I still like the front 3/4 when it's on the side stand. It's still got the typical Thunderbird stance. Of course, it looks completely new. Quite good looking actually. And yeah, it's a good looking bike. Even on the profile, it looks nice. Very cruiser looking bike. And it's really a modern classic now, isn't it?
It is, you know, I like a lot of elements on the motorcycle. The blacked out engine, we saw that on the Thunderbird X, so that's nice. We've seen a lot of chrome on Enfield, so it's good for a change. The instrument cluster, that combination of analog and digital also looks nice. They've done it very well. The tripper cluster is slightly smaller in size. What's your take on that? Could it have been a similar size, or it's something that will work with bikers?
No, I don't mind it being small actually. Okay. If there a tachometer, yes maybe, but you know, it's a low revving engine. Like you don't need a tachometer for any practical purpose.
It is not there, which was the case earlier. And in terms of colors as well, right? A lot of options they're giving you, just like it was on the Thunderbird X or the 650cc twins. So
lots of colors, lots of variants. We've got the Fireball, the base variant, then you've got the Stellar, and the ones we're riding is of course the Supernova, the top end variant. Differences not technical, but more or less cosmetic, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. The tail lamps, the rear part.
Rear part is something which I am not fond of. It could have been so much more aesthetically pleasing, isn't it?
Yeah, but overall the quality is nice, right? You hold the handlebar or the levers, the clutch or the accelerator. You feel that this is a good quality premium product they're trying to offer, right?
It's absolutely looks modern, looks good, built very well, finished very well. Overall, quite a nice bike looks-wise, I'm sure.
So that journey we've been through over the last 2 decades. In terms of quality, the looks, the design, I think it's really evolved beautifully with the culmination in this motorcycle, and can't wait to ride it now because the first impressions it looked nice. How does it ride? Let's see.
Let's finish our chai. Can't wait to get on the road.
The Royal Enfield Meteor 350 is a cruiser at heart, made for relaxed and easy riding. And it's equally at home inside the city and out on the open highway. The trademark thump from the exhaust is still there, but there's a noticeable change in the engine refinement, and the engine revs freer and higher. Gear changes are slicker and more precise. The engine feels livelier, and overall the new Meteor feels like it's got significant mechanical improvements. The only downside are the tires, which do not give that sense of confidence while taking on a corner aggressively. Although the new double down tube chassis seems to give the Meteor 350 a solid sense of stability.
So one of the highlights on the new Meteor 350 of course is brand new 350cc engine. Preetham, absolutely new.
Absolutely.
Haven't seen this before. A little more powerful than earlier. Little less torque. What do you make of this machine?
Well, little more powerful, yes, just 1 bhp. On paper, similar figures really. 1 bhp more, 1 Newton meters less. But what has changed, of course, is that this one is revs freer. So that 20.2 bhp comes at much higher RPM, and the torque spread is wider. So what this means in the real world is that this one feels more refined, more eager to go, slightly more refined to go. And the torque spread means that when you're sitting at highway speeds at 90, 100, the old USV 350 used to feel slightly, out of breath at 100 plus speeds. This one can sit at 100, 110 all day long. Top speed more or less the same, 120 kilometers per hour, but you can cruise comfortably at 100, 110 like we've experienced before.
But that's on wide, empty roads, right? We'll also spend a lot of time on this motorcycle in the city, going to our work, the commutes, and there, how do you feel this bike performs at speeds under 50 kilometers per hour?
Well, to start off with, the engine architecture is different. Now, Royal Enfield has done away with the push rods, like the old tappet adjustments that we've experienced in the caster engines, and even the UC's over tappet adjustments, valve adjustments. This one comes with an overhead cam engine, so it feels more refined. The gearbox is super refined, super slick, so you can change gears without any clatter from the engine, and speeds like normal city traffic speeds up to 60 kilometers per hour. The engine is quite smooth actually. So Shams, the Meteor 350, a lot of people will take it out on the highways, go on long rides. It's a cruiser after all. So what do you make of the ergonomics, the riding position? Do you find it comfortable for your height? You're like, what, 6 feet?
Well, that is really important, isn't it? Because a lot of riders across the country and now beyond the country as well like to go on long tours on Enfields. So ride comfort is really important. And here I am missing the Thunderbird somewhat purely because of the seat height. Somebody as tall as me, 765 millimeters doesn't suffice really. I would have liked it a little taller. Maybe you can go for longer hours without getting tired on the bike because of that. But what really compensates for that is the how wide the seat is and how comfortable it is. The cushioning is very nice, so that will work in your favor when you're riding long on this motorcycle. I also like the fact that the ground clearance is much better than the Thunderbird, which means you can actually deal with those bad roads, the speed breakers, the potholes in a much better way. That will work in your favor. A little more confidence will be there. And finally, in terms of overall ride position, you know, of course, this is a cruiser, so it's not supposed to give you a very aggressive ride position, and it's not very relaxed as well. It's somewhere in between, but still not the perfect balance you're looking for from a brand new motorcycle.
So I'll agree with you on that part about the ergonomic shums. The low seat height, yes, the Thunderbird is slightly taller, which made it more comfortable in my opinion also. But for my height, which is about 5'10", just a little short of 5'10", this is totally fine. What I do find a little lacking is that forward set foot pegs. You know, you sit out like this, and with a low sit height, if you're riding for like an hour, 2 hours maybe at a stretch, I find it a little uncomfortable, makes you want to take a break. If the foot pegs were a little behind, it would have been a more neutral position, more comfortable position for long rides, I feel.
There's no mistaking that the Meteor 350 is the new 350cc Royal Enfield cruiser. The chrome has been toned down with the blacked out engine and alloy wheels, which now come with tubeless tires, the first for a Royal Enfield. The headlight is a halogen unit with a LED DRL ring, and on the top end, Supernova variant, the tall windshield and pillion seat backrest are standard features. The instrument console is all new too, with a part analog, part digital main console and a smaller separate digital pod which doubles up as the clock as well as the display for turn-by-turn navigation. The rotary switches give a sense of old school cool and are easy to operate. With the new Tripper app, there are a host of features available, including planning rides, bike customization and turn-by-turn navigation through Bluetooth. What is a miss is perhaps incoming call and message alerts. With the Make It Yours customization program, Royal Enfield will offer customers to have their own individual stamp of design, offering an almost endless list of custom possibilities with homologated, genuine accessories.
So just like Royal Enfield wants every single Meteor to look different, every bike or two is different. There are likes and dislikes. So please tell me, Preetham, what do you like and not like about this motorcycle?
What I like, of course, is the engine. It's significantly refined, very smooth performance. The gearbox is very slick. And what is going to be a slight disappointment is the top speed. The top end performance is more or less the same, tops out at about 120 kilometers per hour. And considering it's a global product, the Meteor 350, and it's going to be sold in markets like Europe and North America, I don't see how 120 kilometers per hour top speed is going to appeal to those kind of riders. And what I don't like, of course, not many things, but the design of the tail section somewhat feels out of place with the overall look and feel of the bike, doesn't it?
I think I agree with you, Preetham, on that front. I think when you look at the bike from the rear when compared to the front of the profile, it does seem like a miss. And of course, for me, somebody as tall as me, 6 feet tall, the seat height is a slight disappointment. 765 millimeters could have been better for me. What works is a very good ground clearance. Compared to the Thunderbird, it's much better. And yes, the blacked out engine as well. I like the fact that it's been carried forward from the Thunderbird X. And of course, the Tripper feature that they've put on the bike will help bikers on long distances. Could have come with a little more features, but that is what you get on the bike till now. That final question, you have ridden so many Enfields over the last 2 decades, even more. Will you call it the best Enfield yet of all that you've ridden?
Well, I'd still say it's a significant improvement on the 350cc platform. And our guess is the same engine will be carried forward to the Bullet in the Classic in the years to come. Mind it, the UCE engine, this one is a significant improvement, of course. And in terms of features you talked about, a Tripper app, yes, very welcome change. You get connectivity, but it's an all-new bike. Even bikes smaller than the lower segments also get incoming call alerts, text SMSs.
Right.
You don't get those. Why? Why those misses?
Correct, absolutely.
If you look at the 350cc engine, perhaps this is the best, but is it the best Royal Enfield?